Hey there, everyone. I hope you're keeping the best of health. It is an honor and privilege for me to be here amongst all of you to celebrate this memorable occasion where our very own Quillionz turns two today. On behalf of the entire Quillionz team, I extend a big thank you to all our users who have been supporting us during this wonderful journey. Let us start today's exciting event by remembering a famous Albert Einstein, which says, if I had an hour to solve a problem and my life depended on the solution, I would spend the first 55 minutes determining the proper question to ask. For once I know the proper question, I could solve the problem in less than 5 minutes. That tells us how important it is to frame and ask relevant questions in our day-to-day lives. And Quillionz, the first AI-powered question generator, has got your back always. Before we begin this webinar, let's start with the fun quiz and let's see how many of you can get the correct answer. So there are around 3 to 4 questions that I'll throw across, and please feel free to type in your responses in the chat window and let's see how many of you can get this correct. And a disclaimer, please don't use Google. So starting off with the first question, what is the only edible food that never expires? So let's see, I'm getting in some responses in the chat. Okay, that's not water. We get Twinkies, not really. Okay, great. So we've started getting responses and I can see one correct answer there, and the correct answer is honey. Great, thank you so much for your participation. And yes, I saw one correct answer, so great job. Moving on to the next question. What car sold more than 1 million units in 1965 and still holds the record today, even today? So let's see if you can get this one. Okay, that's not the Ford model. Mercedes, not really. All right, let's give it another 5 seconds before I share the answer. Toyota, wrong, that's not correct. All right, thank you for trying, and the answer is Chevrolet Impala, which is, even I didn't know this, but it's really great to know about Chevrolet Impala that it still holds the world record for the most cars sold in 1 million units. So thank you so much. And what was Google's original name? Any thoughts, any answers here? And yes, please don't Google. All right, let's give it another 5 seconds. There you go. So Google was earlier known as Backrub. And moving our last fun question for the evening. What is it called when a bottle of champagne is opened with a sword? I know this is a little difficult one, but let's see if you can get the correct one. Okay, I think it's taking time to research online. All right, let me throw in the answer for you here. So it's known as Sabering. So now you know how you should be opening your next bottle of champagne, right? With a sword. All right, so quick round of introduction. My name is Rohan Bhosle and I'm part of the Harbinger Group. In my overall career span in the learning consulting and technology services industry, I've got many opportunities to work with various global organizations and universities, helping them achieve their training and educational goals. I invest a lot of my time in researching about the latest tools and technologies available out there in order to make learning effective and engaging. So that's about me. And let us quickly jump on to a quick poll just to understand our audience better. So I'll be launching a poll and you should be able to see it just now. It'll be great to get your input. So what is your profession? Are you a teacher, instructional designer, SME, corporate trainer, or other? So if you have any other profession, please feel free to type it in the chat window. And how frequently do you use Quillionz to generate questions? And the next question is, what are most common question types that you use in Quillionz? And if Quillionz provided some new AI-based features, which one would you find useful? So let's give it another 20 seconds. I've started to get in responses. All right, we have almost reached 66%. And let me end the polling and let's see the responses. I'm going to share the results. So we have teachers and others. So we'll check the chat window to see who else have joined us today. And how frequently do you use Quillionz to generate questions? So once or twice a week. Wow, that's great. So majority of your audience, they use Quillionz twice a week. And the most common question type is the multiple choice question, followed by the WH questions and true or false. So there's a tie in that. And if Quillionz provided the feature, the new AI feature, what could it be? So creating notes from the content, creating PPT with key points for class presentation wins there, followed by creating notes from content. So that's great to know. Thank you so much for your active participation, everyone. And I will be shutting the poll now. All right, so let me walk you through the memory lane and talk about how Quillionz has evolved over time in these 2 years. So it was in September 2018 when the world's first AI-powered question generator, Quillionz, was launched and made live with a very simple objective in mind. That is, make the process of formulating questions hassle-free. In February 2019, Quillionz added Quiz, which is a self-assessment tool to check your own knowledge in a fun and engaging way. 3 months down the road, Quillionz Pro was launched. So Quillionz Pro is the premium version of Quillionz and helps in generating better quality of questions in fewer steps and lesser time. It helps you generate the WH questions and also allows importing and exporting features into multiple formats, thus enabling you to directly upload questions on an LMS or print assessments. In December 2019, Quillionz launched a new feature which enabled users to generate interpretive questions. And here we are today, where there's going to be another big milestone in the journey where we would be launching an additional feature. So stay tuned for that. Using Quillionz is as easy as following 4 steps. You first submit the content, choose the relevant keywords, review the content, and there you go. You have question ideas that get generated. So that's how simple it is to use. And the best part about the entire process is that it is super quick, and within seconds, you have questions ready for your learners. Another interesting part is that you get variety of questions which are generated like the WH type, interpretive, fill in the blanks, true or false, and many more. And I'm sure we saw from our poll that we have our users using a lot of WH type questions as well, true or false. So that's how you get the output from Quillionz. And You can also check your knowledge and collaborate with your peers by using the self-assessment quiz maker, which is also known as the Quilly quiz. With that, it's now time for the exciting announcement, and Quillionz is now adding another feather in the cap by introducing a unique feature, as I promised you. So let the countdown begin. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There you go. So the new feature being added into this impeccable journey is Quillion's Notes feature. You can now use this feature to create notes from your learning content within minutes. And this could be very useful to create summary of a particular piece of content which you want to send across to your learners. So go ahead and give it a try. I will also show you how this feature works in just a few minutes from now on. With that, let me introduce you to our speaker for today, Sandeep Kulkarni. Sandeep heads the product division at the Harbinger Group and brings in more than 25 years of experience in leading business strategy for interactive products and services globally. We welcome you, Sandeep, and over to you.
Hey, thank you, Rohan, for the introduction and launching the Notes feature. So today I would like to talk about how to make the learning process easier and faster, and what it takes for teachers to do it actually. So if I talk about challenges faced by a teacher before the classroom, before he or she goes to the classroom, the preparing for the class is an most important and time-consuming task for any teacher. So teacher needs to go through the class topics, create notes, prepare questions to be asked, and ensure it help in knowledge retention. So importantly, the teacher need to make the learning process easier and faster with this. So for this, I'll be talking about the importance of questions, notes, and flashcards in this particular process when teacher goes through that. So questions are arguably one of the most powerful tools in the teacher's arsenal, when teachers have always relied on questions to evaluate their students. Questioning is the key means by which teachers find out what students already know, identify gaps in knowledge and understanding. Questions actually scaffold the development of students' understanding to enable them to close the gap between what they currently know and the learning goals. Asking questions help the teacher motivate students, isn't it? The curiosity about the topic. At the same time, it helps assess their understanding of the material too. With the class notes, again, it's very important for better knowledge retention, and they help in boosting the students' understanding of the topic. We know notes are really useful aid for all educators. They offer a concise and objective view of original information. With notes, you can highlight important parts, summarize main points, and reinforce the key concepts. Next important part is creating flashcards and then use it during the class process. Here, the flashcards let our students self-check their knowledge without judging or putting them in a spot. So it's a great tool for self-checking the knowledge. So overall, if you see, the questions, notes, and flashcards are the three great tools for fighting the forgetting curve. So these curves, the forgetting curve, shows how information is lost over time when there is no attempt to retain it. And the research says that on an average, humans forget about 50% of new information within an hour of learning it. That goes up to an average of 70% within first 24 hours. So some learning consultants claim that reviewing the material in the first 24 hours after learning the information is optimum time to reread the notes and reduce the amount of knowledge forgotten. And I'm sure the newly released note feature by Quillionz today would be certainly a great help to teachers in multiple ways. So I request you to share your views on chat so that we know what you're thinking about this. Thank you so much. Over to you, Rohan.
Thank you so much, Sandeep. That was really insightful. And with that, I would like to take this opportunity to actually show you how the notes feature is going to work. So bear with me. I'm just going to exit the presentation mode and pull up Quillionz. So there you go, that's the Quillionz interface. And for the demo purpose, I will select the content which is already available in Quillionz. So I'll quickly try a sample content, which is about the geography of the United States of America. So there you go, that's the content. And you can have a word count up to like 3,000 words for any piece of content that you're uploading on Quillionz. And let me talk to you about the express mode. So usually there are four steps in which you could generate questions. You upload the content, choose keywords, you review the content, and you're done. You get ready questions which are generated. But the express mode allows you to skip all these steps in between and takes you directly to the end wherein the questions get generated. So if you see my screen, just with 2 clicks, I have ready questions in various formats available: short answers, multiple choice, recall type questions, WH questions, interpretive questions, and so on. And talking about the notes feature, so here it is. As soon as I click on notes, Quillionz will read your actual content and create a summary or a shorter version by pulling in the relevant content. And again, you can tag whatever relevant content you would like a summary to have, and notes will do that in just a click. So that's how the note feature works in Quillionz. I hope you liked it, and we're looking forward for you to trying this feature and giving us your feedback on the same. With that, let me quickly jump on to our presentation again. So now it's time to announce the winners of the contest that was organized by Quillionz. So the contest was for users who could generate maximum number of questions using the Quillionz tool between the period of 1st to 8th September. So we've got our winners, and let the drum rolls begin. And it's time to announce the winners of this exciting contest. And the winners are Deb Elmore, Vivek Banapur, Nader Dreta, Rajendra Prasad, and Carlos Melo. Congratulations to all our winners, and thank you to everyone who participated in this contest. I hope it was fun and you enjoyed the sheer process of generating questions using Quillionz. The winners will receive a 3-month free subscription of Quillionz, and our team will be in touch with you shortly with further details on the same. Thank you so much, and congratulations to everyone. Before we part ways, I would like to thank all our users for their continued support and being part of this exciting journey from the past 2 years. Our users are loving the way Quillionz is supporting them, and we look forward to continuing our relationship and also adding more features which will enable you to do more with Quillionz. Thank you all for your time today to attend this event, and I hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any questions, please feel free to type in the chat window or in the Q&A pane, and I would be more than happy to answer them for you. I also have my colleagues who could answer that. And in case you have any questions post this session, please feel free to drop us a line at info@quillionz.com, or you can also visit our website, www.quillionz.com, for more information. And we are open for questions. So we're going to be around for a few minutes. So please feel free, take your time to drop in your questions. Thank you so much.